Hi everyone, I'm Eve, and today I'm presenting my research project, The Effect of Bacillus subtilis CU1 on root growth in mung beans under drought stress condition. In recent years, drought stress as a result of climate change has become a major global issue due to its impacts on agriculture, economy, and social development, especially in developing countries across Asia and Africa, due to their lacking knowledge regarding adaptive farming. As a kid growing up in a third world country in Asia, I was really motivated to design a project that allows me to incorporate science and technology into improving farming. So the main purposes of the project is to evaluate the effects of bacteria B. subtilis CU1 on root growth in mung beans under drought stress conditions, as well as researching different mechanisms that the bacteria might use to enhance drought tolerance in plants, and exploring the effects of biofilms produced by rhizobacteria on plants in adverse conditions. My project supported studies on the productions of new biofertilizers that are more impactful, cost-effective, and environmentally friendly, thus introducing a more sustainable farming methods and help farmers reduce their dependence on pesticides and chemical fertilizer. Overall, studying the symbiosis between plants and bacteria will help increase the efficiencies and flexibility of farming. My research hypothesis was that if mung beans are grown in soil inoculated with B. subtilis CU1, then they will grow longer taproots under drought stress. The experiment was taken at my house for 28 days. There were 4 experimental groups, naming A, B, C, and D. Each has a different soil treatment as well as environmental condition. Each group has a total of 25 replication. The first part of the experiment was soil inoculation. So for every 125 grams of sandy loam soil, 30 milligrams of B. subtilis CU1 was mixed in. The inoculated soil was watered and left open at room temperature for 24 hours to activate the bacteria. Meanwhile, mung beans were soaked in water to induce germination. Collected mung bean sprouts were planted across 4 rows and planted an area with temperature kept between 20 to 22 degrees Celsius and receiving sunlight from 8 to 12 hours every day. On the second week, the daily water intake of mung beans in Group A, which received inoculated soil, and Group B, which received uninoculated soil, was reduced from 45 to 10 milliliter in order to mimic drought stress condition. After 4 weeks, all mung bean plants were taken out from their cup and run under water to loosen the soil around their roots until their taproot appeared. A ruler was used to measure the taproot length in centimeters. Data was collected and analyzed. All basic safety precautions were taken seriously throughout the experiment to prevent any contamination. This is my graph as well as my data table. As you can see here, the highest mean root length of 14.99 centimeter was detected amongst mung beans grown in soil inoculated with B. subtilis CU1 under deficient water condition. This indicates that B. subtilis CU1 was indeed beneficial in promoting root length in mung beans under drought stress condition. Moreover, if you look at the range, the variance, as well as the standard deviation, you will notice that my dataset was relatively tight and thus precise. The result of t-test at alpha equal 0.05 yielded result that my data was statistically significant. So, since the data was statistically significant at alpha equal 0.05, the null hypothesis was rejected, and the research hypothesis proposing that mung beans grown in soil inoculated with B. subtilis CU1 will grow longer taproot was successfully supported. The main explanations came from the hypothesis that B. subtilis CU1 is able to facilitate biofilm formation to colonize mung bean root. So, seeing biofilm matrix produced by rhizobacteria is composed of 97% water, it can keep colonized root hydrated longer and prevent desiccation under drought stress. Plants inoculated with robust biofilm-forming bacteria also exhibited increased production of antioxidant enzymes and smaller stomatal closure in leaves, all which greatly benefit plants by mitigating the damages of heat stress and water deficiency. This was referred to research of Nguyen et al. In 2019, as well as Quynh et al. In 2016. Future projects including investigating new biofertilizer from the premise of Bacillus subtilis CU1,